Hey guys, Matt and Preston, Nomad Church Collective. Hey, we're coming to you with our March and April update video. Guys, you can kind of see the weather outside is getting to be pretty nice, and we're super excited to be able to kind of catch you up with everything that's been going on in March and in April and what's coming up in the rest of the season. So we are now get to be like a site that the Volunteers of America come and they get to meet with all the people that we minister to there at the Outpost and do free testing for hepatitis and for HIV. It's an instant test, so they don't have to wait around to find out results. And this is a way that we just want to provide something with this partnership to be able to make sure that the health of the people that we're ministering to is being routinely checked. And that's like an important thing for a lot of the people because they don't get a chance to kind of get to the doctor all the time. So this is a great opportunity to do that. We also got the opportunity to be a vaccination site for the COVID-19 vaccine. The state of Indiana just made a great opportunity for us to be a part of that. LifeSprings came down and they provided free vaccine for anybody in the homeless population. At the end of it, they had a few extra ones and our staff was able to get the vaccine. But it was a cool day too, just to be there with our people and to be able to encourage them and know that, hey, let them know that like people care and like they're making this available for them so they could be safe.
Yeah, I think we vaccinated about 15 people. We were one of 3 sites across this part of southern Indiana, and several homeless people now are vaccinated for COVID, and they had the one-time shot, so they don't have to come back and follow up with that at all. So special thanks to LifeSpring for partnering with us in that way. As Matt mentioned, the weather has been changing. You know, we had a pretty rough winter. The Homeless Coalition had the White Flag Shelter open several nights. In fact, you know, today is April 20th, and they're going to be open tonight because of a threat of snow, even though it's past their season. But they've just done a tremendous job of doing everything they can to open the doors to those who need shelter in extreme temperatures. And, you know, now that the weather is breaking, it's been cool to see all the activity that's happening amongst especially the homeless that we serve. A lot of people are hanging out at the Outpost. A lot of people we see whenever we go walking. One of the things we do is a couple times a month, every other week, we venture out with several other organizations as part of an outreach to people who might be living in homeless camps, trying to connect them to resources, whether that is physical health resources, mental health resources, or for what we do is bring a spiritual resource to pray for people, connect them to churches if that's what they're looking for, and just to show people that we love them in the name of Christ.
Yeah, and through this opportunity, we get to build the relationship and strengthen that relationship that we have with the people that are living out in what could be considered like the furthest parts of the margin, you know, those that want to seclude themselves off into the woods. And, you know, this is our opportunity to connect them back to a community and to be part of that community for them. And it's been super cool, you know, to be able to partner with those people. You know, the way that we look at it, and we've discussed this before, it's like a holistic point of view. Like Preston was saying, it's addressing all the needs of this individual, and it's just such a cool thing. And I know that they really appreciate it, and we've gotten to have some really cool times with some of our folks that are out there, and really develop some meaningful relationships too. And you know, a lot of times it's not just all business, and you know, we get to hang out and just kind of cut up and laugh too, and have some good times and fellowship. And you know, that's just really important to this group of people because it allows them to be part of community even though they're isolated away.
So you know, we say it a lot. One thing that we really depend on as an organization is our partnership with churches, getting able to work with the body of Christ to meet the needs of the poor and to make sure that the marginalized are included in the body of Christ and are not just passive recipients but are actually actively participating in the church. And we've had several opportunities over the past month or so to connect with members of the body of Christ. One of those is we get to take part in a pastor gathering. We used to put one on, and we still plan to do that, have pastor breakfasts here and there. But the cool thing is that a lot of the pastors in downtown New Albany have recognized that we don't really know each other very well, and they decided to send out an invitation to a lot of the downtown churches, a lot of other churches in New Albany, just to build a good relationship amongst one another so that as we address issues of social justice or poverty or just building relationships within the community, that we can be unified and have one voice in the name of Christ to work together and to encourage each other in the work of the kingdom.
And that really is is the heart of this group. Each of these pastors has just shared their heart to bring, they want to unify this community, bring this community together, to be able to speak out and to let the community know what the church as a united group is doing to combat these things in our culture that are destroying lives. And so this is on the heart of all these guys. And so it's such a cool picture of the church coming together and unifying for this common good. And we're super excited to be a part of it, and we look forward to see how this grows in the future. Another way we've been able to partner with churches is this past weekend we got to hang out with Northside. 2 weekends ago, Northside Christian Church, we got to have a serve day with them, and that was great. We had a big team of people came down to work on the Outpost. They did an awesome, deep clean of the whole building. We got to organize some stuff. We quite often get a lot of different donations, and sometimes it's just a lot of stuff that's all kind of just scattered about. They were able to organize it all in one place for us after we get some stuff cleaned up, and then we were able to through our partnership with Talk Coffee Roasters, we were able to get a bigger stainless steel table for them, and we were able to transfer the roaster over to that and kind of give Tyler and his group of guys a big awesome space in the kitchen now. So that was really cool to get that done, and that was just all thanks to Northside coming down and serving. We also, in that morning, we had some scheduled prayer walks. The weather wasn't quite cooperating and some storms came through. We still had some people that showed up. We were able to connect and just pray over the neighborhood, and that was an awesome time also.
So what was really cool is in those moments, whether we're moving a coffee roaster onto a big stainless steel table or cleaning up the trash around the building, a lot of our neighbors participated in that, which was really cool. But what was also great is some of the people who come down, this usually happens, they kind of start to understand the vision of the ministry and the vision of what Jesus calls the kingdom, right? Where people are cared for and looked after, and where God is honored, and they tend to want to start getting involved some more. So because of that, we've had some more young people getting involved at the Outpost. We've talked in the last couple of videos just how the Outpost has become very busy. We have a lot of people coming in every day, whether it's to receive resources or build a relationship or just get some rest and get out of the elements. It is a bustling place. And so it's so great to see people who are interested in reaching back out to those who are poor and needy in the name of Christ, and really start to develop their own discipleship as they learn how to minister to these populations.
Yeah, another way that we were able to partner with a local church is we got to go out with Forward Church, and we got to go out with their pastor, Neil, and we got to go out with some of the people that go there and just kind of explore the neighborhood that they are a part of. Their church moved to this area to be a part of this community, and so they are seeking to get outside and to get to know over time the people and the places within their community, to see how they can reach out and be Christ in the middle of everyone's lives that are around them.
So, we talk about the Outpost a lot, and really our heart behind what that ministry is to build really solid relationships with people who in many ways have been abandoned by the people who were supposed to love them, or maybe they've done that to somebody else, and because of that they're isolated and they just have nobody in their lives. And it's a long ministry, right? You really have to be patient and allow God to work in people's hearts. And we want to start getting back into the Nomad stories we used to do, because God has been moving in people's hearts in some really miraculous ways, some marvelous ways through these relationships. And sometimes we're in it, we're right in the middle of it, and because we see it every day, we have to sit down and reflect on what God is doing to realize, oh my goodness, where they were a year ago and where they are now, God is really speaking to their heart. And that relational ministry is the heart of everything that we feel we're called to do as Nomad. And man, we would love if you're interested in coming down and taking part in that in some way. We say it all the time, but we'd love to have you come down and participate with us.
Guys, we are so excited to continue to look into what the rest of spring, what summer has for us. To Preston's point, we'd love you to come to be a part of that. But just as important to us, if not more important, we ask that you continue to pray, not just for the ministry, but for those men and women who we get to be blessed to step into their lives. To Preston's point a second ago, none of these things that are happening, and there's so many things happening, they're not happening because we're accomplishing these things. They're happening because God is moving and doing these works, and we have the opportunity to be faithful in the middle of these events, to be there, to be present, to be intentional with the opportunities He's presenting to us. And God is doing all these things, and it's so cool to see. We want to share that with you, and we want to show you those things. So come and see and join with us.
Hey, we love you guys, and we'll see you soon.